I'm with Ghulam Nabi Azaad, the chairman of the Democratic Progressive Azaad Party, a bit of a mouthful, a regional outfit in Jammu and Kashmir. But the reason I'm here today in his very well-appointed, very green lawns of South Avenue in the heart of Delhi, in the heart of Lutyens, Delhi, may I add, is because Mr. Azaad has written this book. And it's called Azaad, an autobiography by Ghulam Nabi Azaad. And we all know that Mr. Azaad broke away from the Congress party, where he was a leader for more than 40 long years. Even when Mrs. Indira Gandhi was Prime Minister, he was part of Sanjay Gandhi's stormtroopers, very close to young Sanjay. Mrs. Gandhi returned to power in 1980. Mr. Azaad was in her Council of Ministers. But to fast forward in history, he has seen the ups and downs of the Congress party, very much an insider, the assassination of Mrs. Indira Gandhi, when Rajiv Gandhi becomes Prime Minister, subsequently the P.V. Narasimha Rao era, Sitaram Kesri, and back to Sonia Gandhi and then her son Rahul Gandhi. Lots of Gandhis in your life, Mr. Azaad, but first of all, welcome to The Print. But my question to you, Mr. Azaad, is actually from your book, which says Azaad in your name. Now, the question is, are you Ghulam or are you Azaad?
I hope you know the meaning of the full name. Nabi is the Prophet Muhammad.
That's right.
Prophet Muhammad, according to Quran, has 99 names. Mm-hmm. And one of the prominents are Muhammad, Nabi, Mustafa, etc., etc. So most of the names of the Muslims are out of these 99 names. Most of the people, they have now a name Ghulam Muhammad. Mm-hmm. That means servant of Muhammad.
That's right.
Ghulam Nabi, servant of Nabi. Ghulam Mustafa, servant of Mustafa. That is all Prophet's name.
Ji.
So, I am Ghulam of Prophet Muhammad Nabi.
I'm sure.
But by my thinking is concerned, my decisions are concerned, for general public, I'm Azaad.
But the Congress party, of which you were a card-carrying member for more than 40 long years, believes you are Ghulam. You're Ghulam not just to
I was
the Prophet,
always,
I'm sure, but also to the BJP.
No, I was Ghulam during 4 or 5 years, during their period, because of their doing. Otherwise, I was Azaad in Sanjay Gandhi's time, Indira Gandhi's time, Rajiv Gandhi's time, Narasimha Rao's time, Kesari ji's time, Manmohan Singh ji's time, Sonia ji's time. But the young men wanted everybody to Ghulam. I refused to be Ghulam. And those who wanted to be Ghulam, they are there. So Azaad was here.
So why did he want you to be Ghulam, the young man?
Because the way of working.
What was his way of working that you didn't?
His working is whatever he decides, everybody has to accept that.
Mm-hmm. And because in your book you write about, and this is a chapter that is really interesting about Himanta Sarma. How
But to be very frank, Jyoti ji, the book is not on Rahul Gandhi at all.
Of course it's not, but it's a chapter in the book which is interesting. We'll talk about everything else, but because tell me a little bit about...
I think I have dealt with in detail with number of chapters about other episodes which people do not know.
No, we will come to that.
So many people know Rahul Gandhi personally, his way of functioning, his way of working, televisions day in and day night, write about him, telecast about him. So I don't want to just talk about Rahul Gandhi.
No, the question is not about...
As if I have phobia of Rahul Gandhi.
Azaad Saab, the question is not about Rahul Gandhi. The question is about you are very much part of the Congress party more than 40 years. And you quit the Congress party when you owed so much to the Congress party.
I think in one word, I had good compatibility with Sanjay Gandhi. No problem. And in spite of age, in spite of Indira Gandhi's towering personality, good compatibility with her, with Rajiv Gandhi, with much elder to me, Kesari ji. We fought, we were together, we are agreeing, disagreeing with each other, fighting each other, we are getting together. Similarly with Narasimha Rao ji. And then good working relation, very close working relation with Mrs. Gandhi. But that working relation of all the seniors did not click with Mr. Rahul Gandhi. He has his own way of working, and it's not Ghulam and Viego. There are about 3 to 4, what we call dozen leaders, as many as 40 leaders, which includes union ministers, which includes PCC president, which includes MPs, which include MLAs who have not liked the working of Mr. Rahul Gandhi and left the party. And they might have waited, like I waited for a number of years. Mm-hmm. I thought that he will improve himself. He will improve how to be a leader and how to work with your senior leaders, your leaders of your age, leaders little younger to his age, but he didn't improve. And ultimately, it looked to all of us that he's going to stay there as long as the Congress is there. Because most of the people are happy if they are given in some position, some tukda, and whether Congress survive or not survive, they are not bothered as long as they get something. But I didn't belong to that breed of congressmen. We had some role in Congress making, particularly in 77 to 79. We with Sanjay Gandhi were I was one of the young leaders who built the Congress. And subsequently, on a number of occasions also, I did my bit, rather more than I could have done or should have done. I did 10 times more.
But that's the point, Mr. Azaad, is that you were in the Congress party for more than 40 years, and yet you quit because you believe that Rahul Gandhi's style of functioning was not appropriate or it wasn't good for the party.
Yeah, yes. When we pointed out the problems within the Congress and how these problems can be sorted out, he said, "You are all BJP people." He said that to you working committee. He
said that to you on your face.
He said all this G20 letter, which is so-called, according to him, to improve the working and functioning of the Congress. This is written by Modi. This is written by BJP. So what will you do? If he tells 23 leaders, these 23 leaders who are 6 union ministers, 6 chief ministers, 15 union ministers, few of us have worked with Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, with 3, 4 prime ministers. And if we try to point out some...
but you left. The others didn't leave. But you left the party. The others didn't leave the party. My point is that you owed so much to the party. Isn't it? This is a party that you grew up with.
I grew with my blood.
With your blood?
Yeah, with my blood. The party which I grew with my blood.
Yeah.
So, I didn't... Maybe they are very happy. Okay, they are not bothered whether this party will doom or die. Okay, as long as they get some position, some membership. But when I had joined the politics, I had not joined, I could never imagine that one day I will become minister, MP, and the chief minister. As a student, I said when I joined the Gandhi camp, just with a view, reading about Mahatma Gandhi, reading about Nehru.
So what did it do to you when you left the party?
Oh, it's not doing anything.
What did you feel? Was it a big...
Everybody knows what is going on in the camp, in the party for the last 15 years. It is just open book. Mm-hmm. Open book, everybody knows. Why do you want me every time that I should abuse Rahul Gandhi? I don't want to do that. I'm not his enemy. Just, we had no compatibility. I was thinking that the Congress is not going to grow under his leadership. Congress in 2 successive elections could not make Lok Sabha leader. A political party of 130 years doesn't have leader opposition in Lok Sabha in 2014, subsequently in 2019, even the leader himself, the party president himself loses the election. It was the condition of the Congress was as low as that you lose the seat of your grandfather, mother, father. Huh? So what will be the lowest point for the Congress party than this?
So what do you think is going to be the lowest one? I mean, is the party going to die?
No, I don't want to say because I'm out of the party. I wish party well. I wish Rahul Gandhi well. Why should I say party die? I may not be in Congress, but I am not against Congress party. I love the ideology of the Congress. I pursue the same ideology.
In your party? In the Democratic Progressive Azaad Party?
I have said openly in even public meeting, our leader remains the same, Indira Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Rajiv Gandhi. Our policy remains the same. Our fight was with Rahul Gandhi. They keep him aside. We are out now.
So if there is, Rahul Gandhi is not the president of the party, there is somebody else.
He's not party, but he's running the party.
Okay.
I'm there more than 50 years, so I know who is running party.
So,
I'm not outsider.
So he is running the party and Mallikarjun Kharge is a Mukhota.
Why should I word which word? But I know that he is the leader.
Mm-hmm.
If Mallikarjun ji wants working committee people and all the MPs to go to Bangalore to his constituency, will they go?
Yeah, they may.
I know even one person will go. If something happens which I don't want happen with Mallikarjun ji, will all the chief minister go and say Zindabad in presence of ED? No.
Mm-hmm.
So we know who's the leader.
So if it was not for Rahul Gandhi, so it's basically just the Rahul factor.
It's not a question of Rahul Gandhi. As I said 100 times, 1,000 times, I don't want to speak against him. Unnecessarily the media, the media people want me to speak against him.
Azad said, see, the question is, you are now a regional party in Jammu and Kashmir.
Now I am happy. I have left Congress, that's all.
But you are now the head of a political party in Jammu and Kashmir.
Yeah, so I'm pursuing my path.
But you said your leaders are, you will remain and will continue to respect Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi. What about Sonia Gandhi?
Sonia Gandhi, of course, is a part of that.
So except for Rahul, the rest of the Congress...
Why should I talk now? So I'm out of that.
Right.
Let Rahul Gandhi run Congress. Let me run my small party. So I have nothing to say against Rahul Gandhi.
So now coming to the situation in Jammu and Kashmir, elections will be held sooner than later. You are going to fight the elections.
Yeah, definitely. My party will fight election.
Your party will fight the elections.
Yeah.
I know that you have said publicly that you will have no pre-poll alliance.
With anybody.
With anybody.
Yeah.
Whether it's the Congress
anybody,
or the BJP.
When you say anybody means anybody.
But you have also said that you will consider a post-poll alliance with the BJP.
If need be. I have not said. Who says?
Okay, so the question is, will you consider a post-poll alliance?
Why should I say, if I'm not saying about NCY, I'm saying BJP?
Mm-hmm. I
said that situation arises, I can't say. May not be with anybody, or maybe with somebody, or maybe I get majority. So why should
But you don't want to rule it out?
No, I am not ruling out with anybody.
But that's the point, that if you were...
No, that is the problem with everybody asking only BJP. Why are you not asking me NC? Why are not
Okay, let me ask you about NC. Could you have a post-poll alliance with the National Conference?
At the moment, I can't say anything, even with NC. I can't say anywhere.
So let me ask you, PDP.
At the moment, not at all. Why should...
No, you said if need be.
No.
You said if need be, NC or PDP.
When the bridge will come, I will cross the bridge. Mm-hmm. There is no election. One does not know what election will be today, tomorrow, year after, later, 1 year.
So whether it's the BJP, the PDP, the National Conference, the Congress Party, you are not ruling out any alliances.
I'm not saying this is too early.
Okay.
This is too early. When the elections will be held, we'll see the result, we'll see the possibility, what will be the structure of the assembly. Keeping that in point of mind, who has how many members, maybe I will get full number, maybe I will
Azaad
not
Sahab,
get
you know
lesser.
that Mufti Muhammad Saeed of the PDP, he had the same dilemma in the 2014 elections in Jammu and Kashmir when he won the valley. That is, the PDP won the valley and the BJP won Jammu.
No, that was totally different. I think you don't know that.
And they came together to form an alliance.
He sought the mandate against BJP. Let me correct you here.
Okay.
They didn't have any dilemma. Mufti Saab and Mehbooba ji their total election manifesto or rhetorics or hundreds and thousands small or big public meeting across the valley were that Congress doesn't get more than 3 to 4 seats from valley. Yes, Congress used to get huge number of seats from Jammu, but this time around, all the Hindu seats will go to BJP.
Right.
So that means that Congress will get hardly anything.
Will be wiped out.
Wiped out. So there's no question of for them to stopping the BJP making its government. National Conference, on the other hand, they will get good number, but they have a record of having an alliance with Atal Bihari Vajpayee, of which Umar Saab was Minister of State.
Right.
So if you give them votes, they will go to BJP. So here's the PDP of Mufti Saab, which will not even allow BJP to enter in the state. So all those people who want BJP not to enter in the state, they should vote for PDP, which is why he got 30 seats. But unfortunately, reasons known to the family that I offered in a press conference, Umar offered in a press conference, that we will give unconditional support for 6 years to Mufti Sahab and keep the BJP out. So BJP has only 25 seats. We two put together and 2-3 independents who are supporting us, we are 30. So we are giving 30 MLAs and BJP will ask for a share in the ministry. But we will not ask any share in the ministry. You run the government with your people with outside support of our 30
So Mufti Saab turned down your offer?
Turned out. And this continued about fortnight. And our offer continued on daily basis. He rejected our offer with the BJP. So he had to face the consequence for his wrongdoing. First promising that he will stop them and then going with them. Yes, had he not stopped them, had he not got the vote for stopping them, unlike that, such arrangements was not between NC and Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
Right.
So the people did not mind much. Okay, that happened later on. But since he had asked for the mandate, the voters had voted to Mufti Saab's party to keeping the BJP out. But you brought the whole elephant in. That is the gussa. So there's a hell of difference. So knowing the consequences of talking, we'll keep this man out, we'll keep that man out, it is a dangerous consequences. So we people who are in the politics go by the experience. So at the moment, keeping that in mind, keeping both the examples in the mind, I think it will be foolish on my part that I will say I will go with him, I will not go with him. So better is when the election comes, when the results come, we'll see.
But you don't want to keep anybody out. That's the question.
How can
because politics has changed so much, both in the valley, in the country. The BJP is a very strong party.
Politics change. How can I say today what will happen tomorrow? And there's ultimately Ghulam Nabi Azaad is not alone. I have party people, they are senior ministers, cabinet ministers, some are 4 times, 5-time ministers.
The question is,
I have Hindus, I have Muslims.
Of course.
Unlike I have one advantage, the other people may have just one section. I have both the section in my party.
Nobody is untouchable. That's the question.
Let us see. I don't want to.
Okay, you don't want to talk about it. Let me ask you about the abrogation of Article 370 or the revocation.
I stand by that to my speech in the Parliament. I had said that day also. It was not good on the part of the government to abrogate. I said today also it was not good on the part of the. It has not helped anybody. In
the last 4 years, you have seen what has happened in Jammu and Kashmir. You think it has damaged the state?
Which is, I
mean, right now it's a union territory.
It's a question of sentiments. It's a question of sentiments. Whether Article 370 had some salutary effect on state or not, but it had the sentiment of the people for 7 decades. The sentiment is still there. It's not going to die down. I cite an example that the Babri Masjid was few hundred or maybe few hundred years old. Hardly anybody, I think 1/100th of the people had seen Babri Masjid. I'm talking about the Muslims, or prayed there. But yet it was a sentiment. There was no dearth of mosques in our country, but it was a sentiment. And you see the bloodbath. Ultimately, you have seen there's no dearth of temples in our country, but the sentiment was always Ram Mandir. And you have seen what happened for the Ram Mandir from time to time. It didn't die down. It didn't die down before independence. It died down after independence. It died down only when the work started on the Mandir. Let's see the southern states. The southern states, they know much more Hindi than you and I know. They can read, write, they know Prabhakar. But the sentiment is the Hindi should not come, only our regional language is sentiment. So Article 370, whether it was eroded almost 99.9% as I know,
yes,
there was a huge difference when Article 370 was part of Constitution. That time it is Prime Minister there, President there, Election Commission was not supposed to be there, courts were, Supreme Court was not there, but over 70 years, everything applies there like rest part of the country.
That's right.
So it was totally eroded, but the sentiment was there. So in religion, in social life, in politics, the sentiment is there. So we have unnecessarily heard the sentiment of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. It has not helped the rest of the country. I thought it will help them immensely, but it didn't help them. Our closest neighbor are Punjab and Haryana, Himachal Pradesh. On one side, Punjab on side. It didn't help the BJP in either. They rather lost.
So was it a mistaken political assessment?
No, I think it was mistaken. The BJP might have were under this impression we just abrogate Article 370. Instead of rain, the votes will come from the sky. But that didn't happen. That didn't happen. Today, who's bothered in India whether Article 370 was abrogated or not? But the state, where it is sentiments, the sentiments remain the same.
So you think
they have not changed. Their gussa is the same what it was 4 years back. But the rest of the country is evaporated. No benefit to BJP.
So you think that Article 370 should be brought back?
But knowing BJP, they will never bring back. The BJP has in 9 years not accepted even once the request to make JPC. How can they reward such a big decision? The second is Supreme Court, because they only can decide because the government of India has not followed the path, the way we had followed the path in bringing changes in the constitution of Jammu Kashmir. But now it is 4 years. The hearing has taken only place of maybe hour and a half an hour. So with this speed, how many centuries it will take to take the decision? Because it's a very difficult issue. It will take maybe few hundred hours to have discussion.
But sir, ये बताइए कि फारूक अब्दुल्ला, Member of Parliament from Srinagar, was under house arrest. Omar Abdullah was under house arrest. PDP's leader, Mehbooba Mufti, was under house arrest. I'm talking about after the revocation. Now,
during, 1 day before that.
1 day before that,
Yeah.
and for subsequently for a year and a half or so.
Yeah.
Now, what did that do to the people of Jammu and Kashmir? What did that do to politicians like yourself who are Kashmiri? I mean, what was the...
Well, luckily I was not arrested. Had I been in Jammu Kashmir, I would have been arrested. But luckily, the parliament was in session.
Yes.
And parliament in session and I being in Delhi, and it would have not been possible for them to arrest me during this, when this current session is on, and arresting for a leader opposition for not doing anything.
That's right.
Because they had the apprehension that they will lead procession, which procession I could lead in Delhi. So which is why some people raise this question, why you were not arrested, but not realizing that they were in Srinagar, I was in Delhi, and the parliament is in session, and to arrest a leader opposition during the session for nothing, difficult to explain. So the question is, luckily, whatever people may say, I am not bothered. Otherwise, the parliament would have unheard, because for those 10, 20 days, I made 10 speeches in the parliament. One on that day and subsequently on other days and press conferences and all that. Then ultimately, I attempted to go to Srinagar. I was not allowed. I was returned from Srinagar airport after 5 hours. I went to Jammu, made another attempt. I was returned back after making me say 4 or 5 hours. Then I went to the Supreme Court. And it's only Supreme Court after 1.5 month, they gave me the permission to visit Jammu and Srinagar. And Jammu Kashmir was almost under siege that time, when 2 months later I went with the permission of the Supreme Court. Even while we were talking here, when I was talking to the people in 4 cities, Jammu, Srinagar, Anantnag and Baramulla, 3 IB, CID people and intelligence people were recording everything of our proceedings. So I had no freedom even as a LOP to talk to the local people, whether collectively or individually. Everything was recorded.
The question is that Farooq Abdullah, sitting member of parliament from Srinagar, did not get the kind of support from the political class that he should have got, because he was under house arrest.
But nobody, even, this is what I'm saying, only I made halla gulla in the parliament, that why so many
So what is your point? Do you think nobody cares?
I don't know. I don't know. In my public meetings, I say today that during my time when land was allotted for the temple, the whole 10 lakh people came on the streets. When the whole state has been taken over, you had no guts to come. But then they have an answer that there were hundreds and thousands of paramilitary forces on each gate. So nobody could come out of the door.
No, but one is that the people in Jammu and Kashmir must have been afraid. But what about the political class and the rest of the country? It seems that they did not protest enough about what was happening in Jammu and Kashmir.
They did not.
Why not?
I don't know. Even with the great labor, when the voting took place, I had to labor hard in Lok Sabha and very hard in Rajya Sabha, and also very hard persuading the political parties in Lok Sabha to vote against us. And yet, we got only 16% votes in Lok Sabha in favor of Article 370.
So the point is that
And to be very frank, my party made no effort. Whatever little effort made, it was my...
The Congress party?
No, yes. Nobody
cared.
Talked to anybody. Nobody talked to any other leader, even in Lok Sabha Rajya Sabha, except me. Whatever that votes I got in favor of Article 370, that was my personal effort.
No other Congress leader went out and lobbied with their fellow MPs?
Even in both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, you will be surprised. Only G23, 4 people in Lok Sabha, including both the houses, they spoke on my request. G23. It's a matter of record in both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Only G23 MPs spoke.
Against the abrogation of Article 370?
Against the abrogation. No other leader.
So what does that show to you? Does that mean that the Congress party is okay with it?
No, that shows. Because after that, even once they have not said in any forum, even in Kashmir, the media asked Rahul Gandhi. He dodged the question.
On Bharat Jodo, at the end of the Bharat Jodo Yatra.
Yeah. So sometime on something, BJP and they are on the same page.
So the revocation or the abrogation of Article 370 is complete, it is final, and there is going to be absolutely no change about it.
Whatever may be, I won't say that, but I have said, and I was saying then, I say today, that the people of Kashmir, Jammu Kashmir, are not happy with the abrogation of Article 370. It is not done good to the people. A state, bordering state, Jammu Kashmir, our effort should be to keep the people happy, not unhappy.
So you think that they have become more militant?
No, nobody has. The militancy is of the thing of the past. It's not a question. Anger does not mean that you become a militant. The question should be, this is what we have been told by Indira Gandhi, that the government should make every effort to keep the bordering states happy, Punjab, Jammu Kashmir, northeastern states, because they are the real protector of the territory, Indian territory in the country. If they are happy, then it is very, easy to control the militancy or border terrorism. But if they are unhappy, they are not happy. So they should be happy with your own country. I have said in the parliament, when Mufti Sahab and Prime Minister wanted to forge a unity into February 2015, I have said that please don't go for alliance and don't disturb the northeastern states. Northeastern states and bordering Jammu Kashmir and Punjab, we should be very careful. We should not try to impose our parties there. Mm-hmm. The regional understanding. So
this feeling, this sentiment in Jammu and Kashmir, is it becoming more distant from the center? Are the people increasingly unhappy about what is happening?
In the 70 years, a lot of efforts were being made to bring the people closer. Mm-hmm. And almost they had come very close. Again, I'm not saying close by heart. Mm-hmm. People are not saying we go. Nobody wants in Jammu Kashmir to go to Pakistan. Mm. But they should be happy.
They're not happy.
They're not happy. You know what happened? In 65, I was just passing out of the school. A lot of infiltrators had got into the valley. I think hardly few were caught by the police. 9% were handed over by the local people to the police, Kashmir police. Mm-hmm. So that type of love and affection the people must have for your own country.
But do they have that today?
No, they don't have today.
So today, if God forbid, something like that happens or like Kargil happens, you feel that things could be different in the reaction?
No, but then since luckily now the militancy is
almost over.
Oh, it's all over. Because the other side is also inactive.
But Azaad Sahab,
there's two things of militancy. Number one, the militants within or outside, they are almost finished. Number two, the Pakistan is very, very weak. Yeah. So they would also not like to go for this venture when their own house is in danger. Mm-hmm.
But the question
is luckily. Yeah. Otherwise, with this anger, and if they were in good position, we would have been really in trouble. It is good for us, luckily, that of course, I don't want the people of Jammu, Pakistan to suffer. Our fight is with the army and the government of Pakistan, not with the people of Pakistan.
Right.
The poor people are suffering for the wrongdoings of their rulers. Mm-hmm. But luckily, the rulers themselves are so weak that they will not go for the venture of cross-border terrorism. Otherwise, had they been economically, politically, financially, and army-wise very good, then with this type of anger amongst the people would have been very bad for us.
So in a sense, the Modi government is lucky that Pakistan is in such bad shape.
Our country is lucky.
That Pakistan is in such bad shape today.
No. There's a Pakistani people, Pakistani administration.
Absolutely. But you made a larger point.
People are same.
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't have any brother, friend or relative in Pakistan. But huge number of Indians have their relatives and their kids and kin on the other side. So that's blood is blood.
Right.
You can't rule out that affinity and...
Azaad Sahab, you made an interesting point earlier about the demolition of the Babri Masjid in 1992, December 6th. It is a day that all Indians, at least of my generation and yours, will remember. Narasimha Rao was then Prime Minister.
Yeah, I have written.
I know. So in your book, you devote a lot of time to the demolition of the Babri Masjid. Now, 30 years later, do you think that things could have been different, that Narasimha Rao could have done things differently? I know you talk about the fact that he was a crafty politician, but could he have done it differently?
I've said where he went wrong. Both Home Minister and I don't hold alone him responsible. Even the Home Minister and Home Minister, then they were just
very close.
They were classmates in Hyderabad and very family friends. I still remember as a Home Minister and as a Prime Minister, he used to call his wife Bhabiji. So that type of relation were there. I know the past. I know the Supreme Court gave the permission for these people to go there. Yeah. Of course, not for demolition, but just to go
together.
Together there. So having given the permission, now it is for the government of India, a places which is very much disputed, where many attempts have been made to go there. And huge number of people in lakhs are going there. You cannot stop them. Of course, they were accompanied by very senior leaders.
First you can't fire on the people.
So first, you cannot fire. More so, you were not accompanied by the sober leader like Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
He did not go.
He didn't go. That's the other people go, and they were not supposed to be that sober or that of that liberal thinking. So that is number one. Had Atal Bihari Vajpayee, maybe to a great extent, you could have, trusted him. Number one, he was not there. Number two, even other 2-3 senior leaders were well-meaning, but you cannot control lakhs of people. So it was for the Home Minister and the Prime Minister would have made some 1 lakh arrangement of paramilitary forces stand by there. Should anything happen like demolition, that they should chip in.
So Narasimha Rao was a very, very smart and a very shrewd politician.
I have used the word shrewd. He was a very shrewd, but this goes both ways.
Which ways?
Whether he deliberately did not send the paramilitary forces.
You believe that?
No, I don't believe that. But that's why within the Congress, in spite of that such a extraordinary good work, all the reforms started during his time. Yeah. I was his cabinet minister, holding 3 portfolios, parliamentary affairs, I was responsible for running the government, for minority government for 5 years.
That's right.
And then tourism and civil aviation minister. And everybody was happy with that government. Nobody was unhappy. And had that not happened, we would have come again with greater numbers.
What did it do to India, to the idea of India?
The question is, actually this polarization the people are calling today, that is on the higher side, but started from that day.
ये जो Hindu-Muslim polarization की बात आप कर रहे हैं?
Started that day, because I went different parts of the country. I led parliamentary delegation to Bombay. And there were riots, every riot, left, center, people chasing of one religion to another chasing. Sometimes police sitting like a duck and sometimes taking proactive part on one side, not to be neutral. I had recording at that time, recording from the headquarters, chase this community, and if that other community is being beaten, be quiet. So that type of atmosphere that had affected the police also. So that's the most unfortunate thing. So actually that was the foundation of that hatred started in a big way from there, and today it is on the climax.
So the Congress party is responsible.
No, always individuals are. Why should we blame the party? The party was not two individuals.
Narasimha Rao and S.P. Chavan.
They were. I have written that how they messed up everything.
And in 2002, you have the Gujarat riots.
This again. But after that, there have been a spate of maybe after that we might have less riots. But the question is not riots taking place every time. The question is the people distancing from the mistrust.
So your party, your former party, the Congress, was in the opposition when the 2002 Gujarat riots took place.
There, but yeah, here also and there also.
My question is that as a congressman, you did not do enough. Your party did not do enough to challenge and to...
Well, party could not do enough because the party would have the courage to do if we would have not done 92. So Congress had in the heart of hearts that fear, and Congress did not do much.
What was the fear?
So which is why...
What was the fear, Azaad Sahab?
Which is why I'm saying...
What was the fear, Azaad Sahab?
Which is... maybe I'm not going to do post-mortem. We are just talking about because by doing the post-mortem, we are also playing the hands of...
no, I think we are coming...
No, we are... No, then again the blame game will start in the, and the public discourse will start on that. Oh, Azaad Sahab said this could have been done, that could have been done. So I'm avoiding that public discourse. Now, our best effort should be to bring the people much closer to each other, because that is in the interest of the country. That is the interest of the countrymen.
So the question is that today when people...
people say, today is this, tomorrow, yesterday. I say, I have been witness the yesterday also. I'm witness to 80 also when I accompanied Indira Gandhi and seen hundreds of the bodies of Muslims massacred.
Where?
In Bhiwandi.
Bhiwandi.
So when we were ruler there and here.
When you were Lok Sabha MP from Vashan.
Yeah. So things have happened in every regime. We have seen it again when we were in the government 87 or 88 in Hashimpura. Malia. So we cannot blame anything when it has happened in our time also. The people do not know the history of our time, should not only talk about the history of today only, which is why on some time I keep quiet, because our history has not been even better.
So there's no difference between your history and BJP history.
So some individuals, is not every time that the party does it. One does not know it is the people from the other side. They were responsible for that. And then the people who are political party which is ruling, they become responsible for that. So this is a huge country where it is difficult to apportion the blame. Who was actually responsible and who should be held for that mischief or for those riots.
So in the current context, with the BJP in power, there have been a lot of accusations that polarization has reached its climax between Hindu and Muslim. Would you agree with that?
Yes, it has reached, but it has been in the past also. I'm citing the example of 92. Yes, today it is much more wider. And then today, one unfortunate thing, the silence is being maintained from the government side. That is unfortunate.
But perhaps that's because the opposition is not strong enough to challenge the government. The opposition is not playing its role.
No, where is the opposition? If you don't have leader opposition in Lok Sabha, where is the opposition? If you don't have a leader opposition, there is no opposition. That means opposition is not.
So it starts from there.
It starts from there. Like I was leader opposition in Rajya Sabha, so I was coordinating with all parties. Who will coordinate? There's no lead. There's no opposition.
So the ruling party is getting a free pass.
Naturally, as long as the opposition is weak, and it is not the job of the ruling party to make opposition strong.
Absolutely.
By abusing the ruling party, neither ruling party is going to become weak, nor the opposition is going to become strong.
So you write in,
So they need to change the strategy. Instead of wasting time on abusing ruling party, they should strengthen the grassroots base of their respective parties. This is what we were Congress party also, within Congress party saying them. When we used to say this, they said, yeah, they are pro-BJP. We are not pro-BJP. We are pro-Congress, strengthen. Otherwise, you will be, I have said in one of the press conference, if the Congress behaves like the way they are behaving, they will not come into the power for 50 years. That is my ANI, which was 4 years back, being in Congress, ANI and my lawn only, and it was telecast all over. I said, unless they go to the grassroots root level, just accusing or abusing Prime Minister and opposition, it will take us nowhere. You do it once, but you cannot have 24/7, 365 days an agenda and without going into the field and working at the grassroots, and you say, but we abuse it. Few television people have covered our abuse. Okay, now Modi will go, BJP will go, Congress party will in power. With this thinking, you will not come into power 50 years.
So what should the Congress do? It should be the linchpin?
And the Congress has not changed. Rather, it has still gone down below. Their working has not changed. Which is why, instead of getting frustrated there, instead of getting acidity, ever since I have left Congress, I have no acidity. Because there I was all the time thinking that this can be done, that can be done.
So now
but
the Congress should bring all the regional parties together, be the linchpin of an opposition
Who has
alliance?
the capacity? And who have the faith in? There should be faith in some person or in some party or in the leadership. If there's no faith within the party, why should other people have the faith?
So in your book, you talk about Narasimha Rao and you come out in the open and you accuse him of being a very good prime minister, one of the best India has had.
In the working committee.
In the working committee, in the CWC. But one of the worst presidents of the Congress party.
Yeah.
You had the courage to say it openly.
Yes, I had.
And he heard you.
He heard it and I said, now, I request you, please, you quit pros here and now. And I got the thumping majority. He didn't get even a single vote.
And you got Sitaram Kesri to be the next Congress president.
Yeah. I gave his name because there was a reason. We had large number of capable young people, but I knew there will be a feud. There was Arjun Singh ji candidate, Shad Pawar ji candidate. There was our Scindia, my friend, candidate. There was a pilot candidate. So I think there won't be unanimity. The best thing, now this man has been removed, everybody has voted for. So in the same breath, I said, I suggest now Sitaram Kesri, since we are celebrating the 50th year of our India's independence. So he is the only freedom fighter with Gandhi cap. So it will be appropriate to put some Gandhian as the president. And that was also carried out. And I think all the other 4 or 5 people who wanted to be the president were very happy. Okay, somebody not that capable person has come who will stick to the chair for decades together. The old man will go any time. He will not carry on. So they were also happy. They also agreed immediately. And this was how the vote was carried on.
But you also say that you admit that you made a mistake with Sitaram Kesri.
Politics is थोड़ा दिमाग भगवान ने दिया है, experience दिया है. So the leader is the one who can see if I take this decision. So your machine has to, dimag has to work 10 times more whether you're taking it. Oh, if now I pass and this is carried out by 100% people, nobody has opposed this. Yes. Now, if I oppose this, the 3 people will oppose it. Then the working committee will be divided.
No, that's fine. But Sitaram Kesri as Congress president, you also write in your book that it was a mistake.
Yeah, I said. But the situation was to be solved that time. But ultimately, the decision by removing Kesri ji, we brought Sonia Gandhi But she did very good. Yeah, few years in comparison to Kesari ji. If I would have given the name of Sharad ji or Sindhya ji and Rajesh Pilot, so unfortunately, two died. So again, the crisis would have been, because it's long back there.
So bringing a Gandhi back to the Congress party as the head of the Congress party was a good thing. Sonia Gandhi.
That time it was good.
And today?
There was no problem if he would have done. Ultimately, it is not something wrong with the Gandhi. It's individuals. Some individual perform from the same family. Everybody is not a performer.
This young man is, in your view...
I don't want again to go young man. I don't want
do you feel that
I
the
don't
Congress
want to chase poor man if he does not have aptitude or capacity. Why should I talk about no, he should do?
Because the Congress party is the only party that still has a national footprint. That's the point.
Where is the national footprint? Who says? This is mistaken. Where is in Odisha? Where is in Northeast states? Where is in Bengal? Where is in UP? Where is in Punjab? Where is in Delhi? Zero. Tamil Nadu with the mercy of DMK. Where is in zero seat in Andhra? 4 or 5 MLAs in Telangana. Where is Gujarat?
So you feel it has been reduced to a regional party?
Much less. Is only 3 states are saving the situation. That is Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, and now Himachal. But does Congress deserve to be in power in 3 states? 2 states, even Kejriwal is there. So Congress is being now equated with
Aam Aadmi Party.
Aam Aadmi Party. Shame. And yet people, stupid people, sticking to the position, say the Congress is the force to be reckoned with. I was fighting that Congress should be forced to be reckoned with. But people like those who are sitting, they will never allow the Congress to a force to be reckoned with. Because they are all Johnnies there who don't want to go out of Delhi.
So it seems to me that the BJP, like you said earlier, has a free pass and it's going to come back to power.
Yeah.
You think?
I have written this book. Karnataka came into power because I had almost 1,100 public meetings, came to Delhi once or twice in 1.5 years.
But Karnataka is back going to face the elections again.
Andhra came back and responsible for making the UPA government. 18 months there, 1,500 public meetings, first phase, second phase, 2 days to Delhi, 2 days to Hyderabad. In 18 months. 2 days. In 18 months. The rest I was in villages. The rest was a block level. The rest of the time I was sleeping, eating, going in the fields for loo and toilet in the midnight. There were no commodes. There were no toilets. Is these Johnnies going to do that? So this is what I was telling Rahul Gandhi. You are in the wrong hands. You are yourself raw and you are in the hands of which are much more raw. What suggestion they will give? They have not killed mosquito. By running the computer is not going to get fit. India is not America. India is India. Unless you go to the villages, talk to the people face to face, sit on a khatia, have a cup of tea with them.
Which is what Prime Minister Modi does.
The Prime Minister, their party is totally different, 24-hour working. We can never compete that everybody knows.
So they deserve to be in power because they fight for power.
The Congress party is happy, giving press conference. Okay, if it is telecast, very good. Oh, we have done our job.
But the hunger to return to power is missing.
Hunger is only hunger, but not, they don't want to earn.
But you see the hunger in the ruling party to remain in power.
Oh, their hunger does not die down. They are all 4 hours hungry. They want to eat parliament, they want to eat assemblies, they want Zilla Parishad, Panchayat, Sarpanch, etc. Our people have hardly, they know anything whether we have any Sarpanch or not. whether we have any Zilla Parishad or corporation. No, they are only happy. कोई state बन गया जिससे हमारा ऐसे से खर्चा चल गया. Okay, happy. हमारा जहाज का किराया बढ़ गया. We are happy. If that is the attitude to a national party, people, Ghulam Nabi Azad, will die there with suffocation. That's what's happening today. Having worked with Indira Gandhi, having with Rajiv Gandhi up to 4 o'clock, I used to come there. 6 o'clock I have come, and 8 o'clock is again meeting. So 6 to 8, I'm telling you from Janpath when it was LOP. He was president, I was general secretary. I have come 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock, always. But 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, few time, and 8 o'clock again, so that he can also get fresh, have breakfast, change, and 8 o'clock. No sleep.
On this note, Ghulam Nabi Azad, thank you for speaking so frankly to The Print.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.